Welcome back to my new video. Today, we're talking about the most valuable asset in life, time. Time is, without a doubt, the most precious commodity we possess. Unlike money, possessions, or status, time is irrevocable, non-renewable, and utterly impartial. Every person on this planet has the same 24 hours each day. Yet the way we utilize this universal gift determines the quality, richness, and meaning of our lives. The irony is that while we often obsess over wealth, career success, and material accumulation, we rarely pause to reflect on the true cost of how we spend our time. Each second that passes is an opportunity that will never return. Time is the ultimate equalizer. The rich cannot buy more, the powerful cannot extend it, and the learned cannot slow its pace. The awareness of this finite nature of time transforms the way we perceive life itself. Consider money for a moment. Money can be earned, lost, borrowed, and regained. If you squander $1,000, you may feel regret, but with effort and strategy, you can rebuild that wealth. Time, however, is entirely different. Once a minute is gone, it cannot be reclaimed. The significance of this distinction cannot be overstated. Time invested wisely compounds into growth, experience, and fulfillment, while time wasted accumulates as lost opportunity and silent regret. The famous adage, "Lost time is never found again," resonates profoundly once we internalize it. Yet, despite knowing time's immeasurable value, human beings have a curious tendency to take it for granted. From procrastination to distraction, we treat time as if it is abundant, as if tomorrow will always arrive to correct today's inefficiencies. Social media scrolling, mindless television, unnecessary conflicts, and empty routines quietly drain our most valuable asset. The subtlety of these losses is insidious. No one feels the precise pain of a wasted minute in real time, but years later, the cumulative effect becomes starkly apparent. The truth is, every moment carries weight. Every choice, even the smallest, shapes the trajectory of our lives. To understand this is to understand that time, more than talent or treasure, is the real currency of life. Humans perceive time differently at various stages of life. For a child, an hour may feel eternal. For an adult, a year can vanish in what seems like a blink. This disparity explains why we often underestimate the urgency of living intentionally. We assume there will always be enough time to chase dreams, heal relationships, or pursue passions. But the reality is that time is the silent arbiter of our opportunities, and it waits for no one. Our perception of abundance creates complacency, yet the truth of scarcity urges mindfulness. Recognizing time as a limited resource can profoundly change how we live, prioritize, and invest our energies. Every day, each individual faces an infinite array of choices: how to spend an hour, a day, a week. The distinction between the productive and the lost, between meaningful and trivial, lies in intentional decision-making. Successful and fulfilled people are not those with more time, they are those who treat each hour as sacred. They ruthlessly distinguish between what deserves attention and what does not. They eliminate distractions, delegate unimportant tasks, and guard their schedules as though each moment were a tangible treasure. In doing so, they maximize the potential of their limited temporal resource. History offers countless lessons on the value of time. Consider Leonardo da Vinci, who achieved brilliance across art, science, and engineering by meticulously managing his hours and curiosity. Consider Winston Churchill, whose wartime leadership relied not on wealth or force alone but on precise allocation of time, focus, and decision-making. And consider ordinary individuals who, through daily discipline, have transformed modest beginnings into extraordinary outcomes. The pattern is clear: time invested with intention produces results beyond mere effort or luck. Relationships, too, are profoundly intertwined with time. Love, friendship, mentorship, and family all require the investment of attention and presence. Time spent with people shapes memories, strengthens bonds, and cultivates trust. Neglecting these relationships in pursuit of superficial gains leads to regret. The wealthy who hoard money but ignore family often realize too late that the richest moments in life are not transactions or titles, but shared laughter, care, and human connection. Time is a conduit for meaning, and relationships give it purpose. The modern world, paradoxically, has made time both more abundant and more elusive. Technology allows us to accomplish tasks faster, communicate instantly, and access information with ease. Yet, the same technology floods our attention with distractions, demanding constant engagement while offering little true value. Social media, notifications, endless content consumption, these are the silent thieves of life's most precious hours. Mastering one's use of time in this context requires intentionality, setting boundaries, prioritizing deep work, and reclaiming focus from the endless noise. Mindfulness offers another lens on time's value. When we are fully present, each moment expands, we savor experiences, absorb lessons, and feel alive. Conversely, living on autopilot diminishes time, making life feel compressed and fleeting. Practices such as meditation, journaling, and reflective thinking help align our awareness with the passage of time, ensuring that we are not mere passengers in life, but active navigators. Time is intimately linked with purpose. A life lived without clear intention is like a ship adrift at sea, subject to the whims of circumstance and the currents of habit. Purpose provides direction, focus, and meaning, transforming time from a passive measure into an active force. When we understand our core values, long-term goals, and deepest passions, we can allocate our hours in ways that reinforce growth, contribution, and fulfillment. This alignment between time and purpose is not static, it requires reflection, adaptation, and courage. Life's demands constantly shift, new opportunities arise, and unforeseen challenges appear. The person who succeeds in living intentionally is one who continually evaluates how their time aligns with what matters most, making adjustments to ensure that each day contributes meaningfully to the broader narrative of their life. Time teaches us, often quietly and subtly, that life's richness is not measured by what we accumulate but by how fully we engage with each passing moment. Every second is an opportunity to learn, to grow, to love, to create, and to leave a mark that endures. Those who grasp this truth live differently, they plan with care, act with intention, and savor experiences with gratitude. They understand that time cannot be paused, rewound, or purchased, and so they treat it with reverence. In their lives, work becomes meaningful, relationships deepen, challenges become lessons, and ordinary moments take on extraordinary significance. They know that every sunrise carries with it the potential for transformation, that every interaction holds the power to strengthen bonds, and that every choice, no matter how small, shapes the trajectory of their existence. To honor time is to honor life itself. It requires courage to resist distractions, discipline to prioritize meaning over convenience, and humility to recognize that the hours we hold are not endless. It calls for reflection, mindfulness, and an unwavering commitment to living intentionally. Yet, Within this challenge lies profound freedom, the freedom to design a life aligned with values, to pursue passions without hesitation, and to cultivate connections that truly matter. Time, in its essence, is both finite and infinite. Finite, because it is limited and will inevitably run out for all of us. Infinite, because the impact of how we spend it resonates far beyond the immediate moment, influencing lives, shaping legacies, and echoing through memories and actions long after we are gone. When we embrace time as our most valuable asset, we stop waiting for the perfect moment and begin to act in the present. We recognize that procrastination is the thief of potential and that the moments we squander are opportunities lost forever. We learn to say no to trivial distractions, to carve space for what truly matters, and to invest ourselves fully in experiences, relationships, and pursuits that enrich our existence. We cultivate habits that honor time, reading, learning, exercising, creating, and connecting, because each of these actions compounds into a life of depth, purpose, and fulfillment. We become architects of our own narrative, shaping each chapter with conscious decisions and mindful engagement. Ultimately, the value of time is inseparable from the quality of attention we give it. To live fully is not merely to fill days with activity but to inhabit each moment with awareness, presence, and intention. It is to embrace both the challenges and the joys that life offers, knowing that every moment is irreplaceable. Life is fleeting, and the hours we are granted are gifts, not entitlements. When we internalize this truth, we begin to move through life with clarity, courage, and gratitude. We approach our work, our relationships, and our passions not as obligations, but as opportunities to invest in something enduring. Every action, every choice, every moment matters. Life's richness is measured not in wealth or accolades but in the depth, presence, and intention with which we inhabit each fleeting second. By embracing this understanding, we unlock the potential to live fully, love deeply, and create a legacy that transcends the limitations of our mortal span. Time, in the end, is not merely a measure of minutes and hours, it is the essence of life itself, and it is our greatest, most irreplaceable treasure.